today's video isn't really about our renovation, but I'm afraid it's a story which very unfairly of me has made me laugh quite a lot. I was woken this morning in my nice warm cosy bed by Peter, having brought me a cup of tea, which is very nice of him. He was standing by the bed in his underpants with a towel wrapped round his shoulders, and I said to him, "That's an interesting look, but not one that I'm sure you should pursue." And he said, "Oh well, there was an incident in the night." "Oh yes," I said. "What sort of incident?" He said, "Well, he woke up in the middle of the night." He said, "I was really hot." And he said, "In fact, I was so hot I was sweating." And he said, "I got out of bed and I realised I wasn't actually sweating, I was drenched." The reason for this being, it's been so blooming cold here that as well as having electric blankets on the bed, we've also been taking hot water bottles to bed, which I prepared last night. Unfortunately, obviously the top wasn't screwed on his hot water bottle properly last night, which meant that it was leaking. So in the middle of the night, I don't know how this passed me by. It obviously did, because he was standing by the bed, sopping wet, trying to wrap himself in a towel. The bed was also quite wet, and trying not to wake me up in the dark, which, to his credit, he didn't wake me up. Unfortunately, this morning it means that the bed and his pyjamas are still soaking, and we've got very little way of getting anything dry because this is the first time we've seen the sun in a few days. Still, as I pointed out, even though we can't have showers at the moment because the shower is still leaking, at least last night he had a bed bath. So I have my trusty, well-known DIY tool, an unravelled coat hanger, which I am attempting to get through this hole, closely followed by my arm, shove it through the insulation and see if it'll come out the other end for the downlighters that we're putting in the ceiling. And as you can see, my arm isn't quite long enough. It's quite tricky. I have managed to do it so far. Well, it's disappeared, so it's gone somewhere. I've done it on these so far. It's not doing much for my arm, but with any luck, that should have. It's a lot easier when you don't have to go through over a beam in the middle of it. But with any luck, the trouble is these holes are a lot shorter. Well, I tell you, it's not very safe doing this. Can't find it. I have to pause and come back later. So the works of art hanging from the ceiling are what I've spent the best part of 2 days working on. Peter having cut the holes in the roof, me having threaded through many wires and tubes. They are all wired up. Now is the moment of truth.
Yay!
Oh yes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, all working. Fantastic. Thanks to this lovely jumble of wires up there, which I shall now attempt to neaten up. That's amazing! Yay! We might even put them up in the ceiling. I've decided to take a floorboard up in the attic, where we are now, to see what's underneath. To see, because this is obviously the ceiling. for the bedrooms, and we want to see if there's any insulation or whether we can look straight down into the room below. We thought we'd try and pick a spot that wasn't directly above where we were sleeping. Oh.
That's why there's the hole.
What's that?
Why there's the spare plank.
Okay. What can you see down the hole?
Well, a lot of seeds.
Oh, can't see anything with that. Oh, well, I can't see straight down into the bedroom, which is maybe
Thousands of seeds, like sunflower seeds.
what? Oh, right.
A couple of walnuts.
What's going to pop up in a minute? I dread to think.
Should I take that one as well?
Well, if you stick your hand in, because quite frankly I'm not.
Actually, there's a smaller hole, so you've got a smaller hand.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll let you. Can you? What can you feel underneath the seeds?
First of all, I can't get through the seeds.
What about if you put your crowbar in?
Just get a wave about.
I'll go downstairs, see if I can see it in the bedroom.
There is at least 3 inches of it. Oh no, actually, now, wait a minute.
What?
I read about this, or I watched something about this, that they used to use
No.
stuff like this as insulation.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the insulation?
Could be.
Excellent. Shall we just chuck some birdseed up here? And
But it does look a lot like seeds.
well, that's what's falling down.
Yeah, but there's so much of it. There's no way. I mean, it's literally in a layer.
Okay. This is when I drop my phone in it. Gosh, there is a lot of it. Yeah. Triumphs of this, our second trip, managed to get one very quick and dirty coat, well, quick and clean coat of paint in the hall. Not quite finished, but at least we've covered up some of the delightful dark brown custard in here. But main triumphs of these 2 weeks is a beautiful working shower, no leaks. A working basin, not sure if it leaks yet or not because we haven't tested it completely, but that's marvellous. And a washing machine, temporarily plumbed in but does work. Ceiling, fully boarded and downlighters installed and working. And as you can see, walls in the process of being insulated and plasterboarded to be finished next trip. All in all, we are very, very happy with that progress.